Poker isn't about luck or incredibly sweet movie-style bluffs. I mean, it looks cool when John Malkovich does it, but when you're at the table, following a very simple set of rules is the quickest way to improve. Beginners lose all the time because they just don't know the fundamentals. So today, you get the old cheat sheet. These are 10 simple codes that experienced players use to make smart moves at the table. Trust me, master these and you'll be thanking us later. Code 1. Play in position. Okay, so position is your biggest advantage. Acting last gives you the most information, which is the most powerful weapon in poker. So the dealer button is the strongest seat at the table because you're guaranteed to act last after the flop. And because of this, you can play a wider range of hands from later positions. So your goal here should be to play most often from the cutoff and the button. So your takeaway mantra here, position is power. On to code number 2, use a tighter starting hand range. Okay, so truth be told, most hands are pretty much trash. Your game is going to instantly improve if you fold more often before the flop. And only play premium hands like pocket aces, kings, queens, jacks, and ace-king, from any position really. Hands like ace-jack or king-queen, while they may be strong, they actually become trap hands in early position. So just wait a little bit until you're in a later position to play these. Speculative hands like suited connectors and low pairs should be played from late position. I mean, come on, big pots need big hands. Code 3. Be the aggressor. Passive poker is losing poker. When you enter into a pot, you should be raising. 2 players limp into the pot. Man, this is free money right here. So instead of just calling behind them, you punish their weakness. You raise to 12. So the button folds, the blind folds, and both limpers fold. I mean, you just took down the pot without even seeing a flop.
I gotta say I'm impressed.
Simply by raising, you gave yourself 2 ways to win. They would just fold pre-flop, or you have the lead in the hand post-flop. In poker, you want to be the instigator. Code number 4, you gotta know when your big hand has been beaten. It's pretty tough to do, but learning to fold a strong hand is the hallmark of winning poker players. So here are 3 scenarios where you're gonna have to find the fold button, all right? The scary board. So you got pocket queens, my ladies. The flop comes ace, king, 10. And then a tight player who's been pretty passive for the whole game just suddenly bets big. And then your queens are almost certainly beaten. Fold. The multi-way mess. All right, so you got the sweet ace-king, and then the flop comes king, jack, 8. Now 3 other players are in this hand too. 1 player bets, another raises, and then that third re-raises all in. Well, no lying here, your top pair is a really great hand, but in a pot with this much action at this point, someone out there has got 3 of a kind or 2 pair. So, fold. The obvious flush. So you pick up a set of jacks from a flop of jack 8-3 with 2 diamonds, and you make a bet, and then you get called. Then the turn happens. Another diamond. All right. The river is a 4th diamond. Then your opponent goes all in. I mean, your set is a great hand and all, but that flush is so obvious. I mean, you're beaten, so just fold. If you want to see any more situations on when to fold, check this video out, you're gonna love it. Code number 5, bet your strong hands for value. Alright, so when you got this monster hand, don't get tricky. Your job here is just to build the pot as big as possible by betting. You call a pre-flop raise from a loose player. The flop is totally incredible. I mean, look at it. King of diamonds, 7 of hearts, 2 of clubs. You flopped a set. Your opponent bets 10. Now, don't just call it. Raise it to 30. Oh, they call. Then the turn is the 4 of spades. Okay, so they check to you, and then you bet again. But make it 50. They call you because they are convinced that their king is totally good. The river comes, it's a 9 of diamonds. And then they check again. This board is not threatening at all, so bet big. All in, baby. Opponent calls with king-queen. Win. So your takeaway here, you don't win big pots by keeping them so small. Code number 6, stop bluffing the wrong players. You know, some players just never fold, like ever. They're kindly referred to as fish. Trying to bluff a fish, it's like throwing chips into a black hole. I mean, your bluffs, they're just not gonna work, okay? So just don't even try it. You raise to 7, and the fish here that's in the big blind, well, they call. The flop is queen of spades, jack of spades, 5 of clubs. You got nothing but overcards. But still, you're thinking a continuation bet is totally fine. So you bet 10, and then they call you instantly. The turn is the 2 of diamonds. You still got nothing here, but against a tight player, you probably should fire another bluff. However, you're playing a fish here, so you check. Then the river comes, a 3 of hearts. So you check again. And then they show jack 5 for 2 pair. So by checking, you really just saved yourself from losing more chips on a very pointless bluff. You want to bluff the folder and value bet the caller. Code number 7, read the board. So your hand might look great in a vacuum, but the 5 community cards, well, they tell a story. If that story involves completed straights and flushes, your hand could be worthless. After a raise and then a call, you call on the button. The flop is 10 of spades, 9 of clubs, 4 of spades. All right, you flopped the top 2 pair. Pretty solid hand here. The initial raiser then bets 15, but then you raise to 45. Then they call you. The turn is the queen of spades. Ooh, she's a very dangerous card because there's now 3 spades on the board, meaning a flush is possible. Then your opponent checks, so you check behind, controlling the pot size. The river is the jack of spades. Now, this is the absolute worst card in the deck. The board now has 4 spades and a possible straight. Then your opponent goes and bets half the pot. So now your 2 pair, it looks nice, but it's almost certainly beaten. So fold, all right? When the board gets scary, you gotta respect the danger. Code number 8, chase value and fold the rest. Chasing draws is only profitable when the potential reward is much bigger than the risk. A good chase. So you've got 4 hearts to a flush. The pot is 80 chips. Your opponent bets 10. Here, you're getting 8 to 1 odds on your call. And the odds of hitting your flush are roughly 4 to 1. So this is profitable in the long run. A bad chase, all right, you got this gunshot straight draw, like a 5-6 on a board of 2-8-9. The pot is at 50. Your opponent then bets 25. You're getting 2 to 1 odds on a draw that's only going to hit about 10% of the time. So this is a very clear fold. You're not getting the right price.
The price is wrong.
You tell him, Happy. Code number 9, know your opponent. So your strategy has got to change based on your opponent. You can group players into 4 main types. You got tight aggressive, where they play few strong hands and they play them super aggressively. So your strategy here is to avoid them, unless you got a monster. Then there's loose aggressive players. They play as many hands as possible, and they love betting and bluffing. So your strategy here is just be patient and let them bluff into your strong hands. And then there's the tight passive player, where they play only premium hands, and they very rarely bet without the nuts. The strategy here is to steal their blinds constantly, and when they finally bet or raise, just get out of the way. And then finally, the loose passive player. They play just way too many hands, and they love calling, but they very rarely bet. Your strategy here is never bluff this player. Just bet your strong hands for value until they pay you off. Code number 10, master your emotions. Tilt destroys chip stacks. After a bad beat, your emotions are going to be screaming at you to play recklessly and just win it all back. and this is a fatal error. The game doesn't care how you feel. These 10 codes are foundational, so with a little bit of practice, you'll feel more confident in your decisions and avoid the most common pitfalls. So if this helped you, consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching, and always play responsibly.